In this 9 Kings Highscore run, I show you the best greed build to reach here 400 plus. The perks I use this run are Oligarch, Ingenious, Politician, and Persistent. Okay guys, we are starting with Progress Greed, which we want to see here. We are going to play a Palace build with beefy frontline. So let's level our beefy dude up, get just some units down in the early game to have some frontline, and then just go for it. So yeah, like we should also get a defender instantly from this here. We don't get any defender. I don't want to roll down all my money, so just take a palace here. We also should take down the auto attacks in order to manually kill this stuff, because some of the units giving gold to us if we manually kill them. So we just do it. We don't want anything here. Palace is good, so we just level up our... Like, we should be greedy, I think, and just take down one more vault for a bit more money gain. And then we just beam down the dudes. And we are... Yeah, I guess it's fine just to... Wait, we actually could... Yeah, an overhaul is definitely pretty good. Then we want to see here now an overwork, which we are missing. No, there's the overwork. Okay, we get the overwork, really good. I will just palace my palace up. Okay, and then we just kill these dudes here. We're wildcarding more. First our palace up. So we are targeting here first the beefy boys, then the backline damage dealers. And we don't get any damage here, huh? I mean any gold here, Sag. And we now definitely want like an... I mean, I really want like a defender, but we don't hit it. And I don't want to roll down all my gold here, so we take just the palace, which is like fine, I guess. And then we palace you up. So killing first the tanks, and then the rest basically. Welcome Smoke. So how much levels do we have here? Okay, we just go for more pallets for now. It's a bit sad that we did not see any of the defenders yet. Kind of a bit unlucky. But still like kind of easy so far, right? Okay. So fine start. We need first a defender to get any frontline in basically. We need nature. Nature is definitely what we need here to get forest procreate, and also clothing is very good. Because we want to play some frontline also on top. Yeah, and I'm lazy, so I get for auto attacks. You also could do it still manually, obviously, but I'm a lazy boy, guys. And I think now it's a good time to overhaul these dudes. I wanted ideally to hit the defender, which we did once. We have level 7 palace, because we're playing the perks for level 9 palace build. And yeah, so we have damage palace, which instant kills everything. That's also why I call this build kind of laser beam, because you're kind of beaming the stuff away. And we will also need a converter. It's a bit early for it though. So I think we take for now just an... No, wait, we have another... No, we just take an overhaul for now. This is Architect, and we want beacons. We don't need quarries or anything else really here. So I want to roll for beacons, because we have good money. A vault is not what we want here. We have enough walls. But a beacon or a forest will be really good. But I also don't want to roll down all the money. Okay, and then we should just overhaul this guys, level all the stuff up, and having level 8 palace and these two dudes maxed out. Okay, that's pretty fine. And we have one more palace in hand, so we don't need more palace. But we need beacons. I really want a beacon. There's a beacon. So let's put down first the beacon. Also, it's really important to put down the beacon in this spot, because you want to put down then here another beacon and here the converter. Because with this build, we have kind of no boss damage. Because the palace does no damage to bosses and defender have no attacks. And the bosses also don't really attack, so they can't reflect. We don't need more defenders here. What can progress give us? I guess just... like what is good from progress? The converter. So we should roll for converter here. And then I place the converter down onto this field. And we also want to scale with the beacon. So the converter will basically be our boss damage. And it's also fine to spawn like some more minions here with the converter. But it's mainly for boss damage. Because you need something to kill bosses. Okay. I don't think I need a farm at all, honestly. I mean, early game farm is fine, I guess. You could play the farm early game, right? It's not bad. Just to get some more dudes in. Like what? Like early game farm with our work is giving us some more minions, which we do need. That's not shabby. So let's just do it. Yeah, so and also converter only needs attack speed basically. So just beacon is here really strong. And then like the overhaul is really strong. We take definitely the overhaul. Because we already played. So we want here second overwork or feast. Like nothing else. There's a second overwork, really good. I don't want to overhaul anything of this, I think. So I guess we just level up the palace. And then, like, the overhaul is pretty strong here because we already played 1 or 2. And the overhaul is scaling the more you play. And we also want level ups. Second beacon, really good. So we just want to get more beacon onto our palace again. To scale this up. Yeah, so that's kind of the core of the build. Get frontline, get the laser beam to kill, and converter for boss damage. Then you are really strong in front, no one can run you down, and you also can kill the opponents quite fast. So we just take here any unit, honestly, just to have something to overhaul. So this is only like for the overhaul to get off-road array, and yeah, that's pretty good. So King of Nothing is the king we want to get rid of, because he is giving us not that good cards. For now, like what's the best here? Like we don't really need anything. I guess a wildcard is the best there. Then we just want to get the level ups. Okay, level 2, they are also all level 2. The palace is maxed out now. Defenders are maxed out. Okay, so we need now one forest to get more scaling going. I really want a forest here to start to scale our front line. Yeah, and the beams and the converter hits are getting faster. And yeah, we will get the beam also like definitely like faster on top. But for now it's like pretty decent. Okay, so what else? So we need like more overhauls are good. We should take another overhaul. Because we want to level up the stuff as fast as possible, obviously. And then we should just get this field unlocked here to get one more beacon down there. I don't really have anything to overhaul here because I really want to keep the vault for some extra money. I don't really want to overinvest right now because it's kind of inefficient. So I guess we just wildcard up the farm right now, because this gives us probably the best value. Because more units are in the early game really valuable, while they fall off the later game goes. And we also need more units, because we didn't have any progrades. So the farm level up is here pretty fine. Okay, and then we want definitely, again, more forest, for more scaling, or cloning. The cloning is basically the same. And we definitely want then first to get another beacon, right? To get the ore work value, because level 1 buildings with ore work are better than level 2 or 3 buildings. Because you get the 2 extra buffet. Okay, and okay, our beam is like beaming quite fast already. I like it. We don't need more of like what can we get here? Like we don't want another farm, honestly. I think it doesn't matter. I take whatever. I don't care. The feast is definitely what we want now here. Really good. Get a more beefy front line. And because the front line is now more beefy, now also overinvest is getting better value. We only want to overinvest, I think, the front line, because then this scales better with the feast. And our backline basically needs only attack speed and no damage, because they're only insta-killing and converting things. So I don't think overinvest is so good on the backline, because the attack speed will be strong enough at some point anyways. Yeah, like, we also want to overhaul something, right? I guess we just take, like, a soldier here. We can overhaul it. So we want to make peace to King of Nothing, definitely. He's giving us the least value. Yeah, and then we just play, like, the farm in here for now for a round, and then we can overhaul it if we want. Or also just keep it for now. Like, I want to have ideally, like, three forests. But it's also not bad. We also want definitely one more beacon, right? I think the 3 beacons are enough here. And here the 2 beacons should be enough. I want, like, unlock this field next to get one more forest in. So we should kind of go here. Ideally for overinvest. Like, the farm for now is doing a good job, honestly. So I overhaul, honestly, the vault to get the stuff leveled up more. Yeah. Yeah. I think scaling the front line is just the best value right now, because we just have enough damage anyways. So that's pretty nice. And we just take more overhauls. Like, overhaul is the best we can get simply from the King of Progress. We have a shop with only buffs, but we play like a build with which doesn't really need much buffs. The only buff we could need really is the Carnage to get AoE on the front line. So we should, I guess, roll it once. Yeah, we get 1 Carnage. Cloning is also good. Yeah, and we have a lot of money, so we can use it. So 1 cloning, this. Then we want to Carnage the front line to get some AoE damage. Cannot be bad, because it's getting the feast. Also, welcome, Beard of Joy. Welcome, welcome. So we just Carnage the front line. And then we wanna honestly just overhaul the soldiers. And then we just to unlock one more field. So now, if our defenders are dying, they also make splash AoE damage. Just to be a bit safer. I don't think we really need this, but better safe than sorry, right? And then we should just overinvest the front line more. And yeah, we will definitely unlock this field in front of the defenders. And want definitely to get their more forests in. Okay, so let's see, guys. Do we have enough damage against the boss? We will find out. We have everything leveled up, right? I mean, the overhaul is still the best, because we want to also level up more things. And overhaul is really efficient level up, because you level up so much shit with it. But we don't see much nature here, but we can clone the forest. So we clone here the forest to get even more value in. And then I also want to replace the farms with more forests. We have already 100 defender, really good. More overinvest is really good. Get a bit more money going. Because why not? And then we need like more fields to unlock. And that's kind of the base build. You get units, you get HP, you get attack speed, and then you beam array the dudes, and that's why I call this laser beam build. Like, is there anything else we really can get from King of Progress? We could get more converters. But I guess now we really just take another overhaul, honestly. Okay, another feast is really good. We just want to see a lot of feasts now. So it's really strong. And then we just also want to just level up, honestly, instantly, just here the stuff to get more scaling in. And yeah, so the question is, do we have enough damage just for the boss or not? We will find out. And we are just overinvesting our X. So the converter has like already quite good attack speed. The beam is beaming around also kind of nicely. So let's see, guys. Like, is the converter like... The converter seems not to do so much, huh? So we just can take a second converter here. We don't really need minions, I guess. So we just leave this here. Like, we don't really... I mean, honestly... it's fine, right? We just overinvest the front line. Okay, so... We will also need one more beacon. So we can just take one more beacon. Like, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Like, we don't have any space at the moment anyways. We have leveled up everything. So... Honestly... Yeah, it's fine like this. I feel like we just really have to throw everything away, because we just need more slots before we do it, before we can scale more. We kind of fill it out for the run to year 33. Yeah, more progrades are good. Okay, guys, so can we beat the boss? Like, the converter should be fine, right? But yeah, I'm not sure 100% obviously. So let's see, guys. So against the boss, we definitely want to make the beam manually to kill first the damage dealer, then we can put it back on auto. And we kind of have to... yeah, okay. So the converter deletes the boss. Okay. We are continuing to play endless mode. Yeah, it's fine. So... And we're making this run also because I want to show first of all the build. Because I think it's a really cool build. And also because many people are telling me they can't reach year 70 plus. So I wanted to see if the patches lately got so much harder on the difficulties or not. Or why people struggle so much with it. Yeah, that's kind of also why we are doing what we're doing here. So we definitely want to now unlock this field here in the back. Get there another beacon in for more attack speed. And the goal is to go like to year like 500. And then just see if it's really a lot harder. Or if people, I don't know, are just not good enough. So I ideally want to see a mortgage here to delete one of our... Yeah, we definitely take King of Spells just for more scaling. And we definitely want to like mortgage one farm here in order to get there one more forest in, because we have like more than enough defenders. So, and now the build begins to actually really make fun. Because as you see, guys, our beam is now kind of going fast. It is still not fast enough to be really fun, but we're getting there, you know? Okay, we want like an offering out of this ideally. We're really rich, so we can roll quite a lot. And like we only need beasts, honestly, so like do we need anything else really? Like crit even does not much, cause I mean crit also does not much, I feel like. We don't get anything good here. We don't want the gambling, that's too early. So I just take the exploration, I feel like, because it's kind of 90 gold. And I feel like the rest does nothing. But it's not great. But yeah, like sometimes you just miss and then it is how it is. Okay, so we just want to take down or place down the one more forest. Like do we? Like we definitely want to play one more forest here. And we can like play like two more convert on the backline, I guess. Prograders, this dudes. And we also just... I will just play one museum in front. Do I? No, not really. We just level up this guy here. Yeah, so... Okay, so we're rolling, basically. We're basically rolling, and now the question is only how high can we take it? Like, we can just take more converters in. just to get a bit more scaling going again for the boss fights. Yeah. So let's see, guys. Like, what do you think? How high we can go, and how fast can my dudes shoot? We obviously want to hear. Actually, one more cloning is good. Then we can just clone one more beacon to also scale up this converter here in the backline even more. And I mean, the beam and the converters are going like kind of fun fast. I want an overhaul from this. We don't need anything here. And then we just play down the mycelium and overhaul it next turn. And then we basically kind of instant level up everything. Because we played so many overhauls already. We don't need a and you don't need an ore card. Yeah, and that's kind of the build. And let's see, guys, how high we can take it. Like, I guess I think we can take this really high, but I'm obviously not 100% sure. So, kind of finding it out. Like, one more beacon is good. We definitely need nature. I think now, like, spell is kind of scaling. We don't really need more overhauls. I think King of Progress is now fine, really, to get rid of. Is this true? Yes. This time we have the converter. So making Peace to Progress should be fine, because our whole field is leveled up anyways. So we also place down one more beacon to this side. And then we have basically two converters leveling up really fast. Big front line. And also a good back line. Okay, so we have everything leveled up nearly, right? Yeah, like we should just level up first here a bit more still. Okay, so the cards we want to see from Greed are a bit more walls. The Overinvest is a bit too early probably. I want like walls. Because we could need some more economy to get better rerolls. And with the rerolls we can then again just scale better. Okay, now like the beaming fun is kinda getting in there. Okay, so we have nothing which we can offer right now, so we just broke it a bit more. Like 200 defender is pretty good. And the beam is kinda beaming quite nicely around. We need like something we can offer, I feel like. So I just take something we can offer here. So what do we need really? We have like one Carnage there. We don't need blood, we don't need nothing. Nature and spell are probably the two best to scale off. We don't need stone. I mean, we could get stone. No, stone does nothing. Because we're converting anyways a lot. So stone does nothing. Yeah, I guess we just want to keep what we have here, honestly. I don't think the other king's really mattering. So we just take nothing and it doesn't really matter. And then we just unlock like one more field, place the shaman down there. Don't want to fuck up my forest buffs. And yeah, like we are getting quite in a good spot here. And can just enhance our stuff even more. So we can just procreate. Oh yeah, actually an earthworks is pretty good. Because then we can split up our walls. Which basically means we get more value. Because we are having the overworks, and then we can get even more overhaul value because we played so many, so easy level ups. And then we want again. I mean, we have not so much money here. I definitely don't want the gambling, it's too early. Yeah, I guess the poison thorns are okay. Like the rerolls are a bit too high. So I guess poison thorns are okay for a bit more damage. Like it's not really ideally what you want to see. You want to see the feasts, but it's like also not bad, right? Like it doesn't really matter. It's fine, I guess. Just fine. Okay, and then we definitely want Like, we have enough units for now. 200 is for now, like, really good. So we should just take clonings. And get just more walls out. Because we need, like, money. Money is the thing we kind of need at the moment the most, I feel like. Okay. I feel like we just need the money to have more rerolls to find better decrees. So we will fill the rest of the board with walls for now. Yeah, this is like here, maybe a scout tower, we can offer it. We don't want anything here really. We offer away these dudes. Sure, we can overinvest onto you, my friend. Place also a scout tower down to have something else to offer. And can prograde a bit more. Like going up to 400 units is, I guess, pretty fine. Maybe even a bit too high. And yeah, like a cloning is the best here. Just to get more of the walls out to get the overwork value from the gold. Okay, like the build is kind of going fast. So one more wall there. Piece to King of Nothing again. Like we unlocked the last field. Like I don't think we want to play something in the corner. I mean, we could play even one more converter here, which we probably should do. And yeah. Okay. Fast fights. Don't waste much energy onto nothing. Really good. Getting more money in. Okay, so the question is, how high can we take it? And are we crashing at some point? These are kind of the questions. Or are we even losing at some point? Which I don't really think so. Like, the thing is, should I play like one more converter also here? Like, probably, to be like super safe. I could play like one more converter here and here, and then being like really super safe. Which means I just... There's a bit more... Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think I should be afraid at this point here. But because so many people telling me I can't reach 70 plus. No, I can't. Impossible. I kind of want to play like a bit safe, you know. But it's probably like a bit over safe. Yeah, I mean, why not just overhauling to level everything up, right? We want the money, we get the money. Yeah, like, the thing is, I feel like the question is a bit also just... At some point, are we just crashing, honestly? Because the attack speed builds are usually kind of the builds who are crashing the games the most. But they also improved, like with the latest patches, the performance by a lot. And also the damage calculation from the attack speed builds a lot. So I don't know if we need to be afraid of crashing, honestly. I guess we will just find out soon. Let's see. Honestly, I never played the build in like really like this. Okay, so gunpowder is not bad, but feast is really ideal, and we have a lot of money. But we also are really good at the moment. I feel like the gunpowder is good for the Carnage. So I think we just take the gunpowder because the rerolls are kind of expensive, and we want to go like a lot more years. So I also want to be a bit more efficient here. Like we also can get one steel coat, I guess. That's not bad. Just to get a bit more lives in. Why not? It's a bit extra scaling. Okay, so for now the fights are super smooth and also fast, so we don't really waste money at all. Want to get one more vault in. The money also gets kind of now in a decent economy situation. Fast fights, fast scaling, let's go. Can just get one more of these dudes. Then we offer the vault array. We can play one more vault. So I also wanna what? I think I should not split up the converters because I will lose the buffs most likely. I also don't know how high I should go with the attack speed, but because it's so smooth at the moment, I think we can just keep it as it is. And that means the overworks are kinda useless. I need just 2 more converters, and then the field is like completed. So I guess we just really just throw this away, place this in there, and be happy. Okay, like the game runs pretty smoothly. Let's see for how long. And we just want to see more overinvests from here. And I think the best thing to do is overinvesting only defenders. Yeah. I think that's the best. Also, welcome Ghostly Gaming. And more offerings from the spell dude. Making peace to nothing just again. Like, we will just keep these 3 kings here kind of forever, I think. And over investing. Okay, now we got a cloning, so we want to clone another converter in. And can also just like instant level it up. So chat is asking at what point you choose to sell replace the beacons. Yeah, so in this build, like the question is, for what do you want to replace the beacons? Like, there's nothing which is doing anything besides the beacons. Like in this build, only the beacons are scaling your stuff. Because the palace is instant killing the opponents. And the converter is also instant converting the opponents. So, like, these buildings only scale with attack speed. So if I want to replace the beacons, like, my question is, with what? Because nothing else is scaling it, you know? So I think you don't want to replace the stuff here with this build. And I also think that you can't replace it actually. Like, you will not get any value if you replace it, I mean. So, you know, okay, second boss fight. We should, like, I think we should destroy the boss. But let's see. Yeah, like instant destruction. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if or where an attack speed cap is. Like, the thing is, on the past patches, there was kinda like an passive attack speed cap. But the thing is, the attack speed cap is not really a cap to the building. So I guess we just fight progress. It doesn't really matter much here. Like, there is kinda a cap to attack speed and damage. But this cap is kinda probably different than from what you think. Like, the attack speed was kinda capped in the past because the game actually wasn't able to calculate the correct damage. So imagine you had a converter on like 10 million attack speed. The game was in the past calculating on frames, on a frame base. That means if your attack speed was higher than 1 frame, then it would basically cut off everything which is kinda not in the 1 frame segment. But they changed it. So the latest patch actually makes the attack speed builds a lot better, because now there is no frame calculation anymore. Now they are basically now making a correct calculation, even if they attack more than once per frame. Which means there is now a lot higher cap to attack speed builds than before. If there is any cap. Question mark. Yeah, so I think you really can just let it scale kind of a lot. So we want to take feasts. We have a lot of money. So where are my feasts, guys? There's my feast. And should just level you up here. Yeah. So like we can just let it scale, I guess. Yeah, so if I don't want to scale anymore with the beacons, then I have just to sell the beacons and don't replace it. I mean, we could get queries in also, but they will not do anything for the build. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if we replace it, we just will get like nothing good out of it. And I also don't think that we actually need something else. Honestly. Like, do we? I don't know. Like, more progress are fine for now, I guess. I don't really want raisins in this build. We can take another beacon, definitely. That's good. And then we just... Like, we want to go definitely up to, like, 400 defenders, at least. We didn't find so many feasts, so we should be maybe a bit afraid in the front line. Yeah, and it's really important just that we are now... wait, we also want to level up this beacon. Like, it's really important just to have a good front line. And if we feel the fights are getting too close, then we also should just... slow down the game speed. But we have 3 lives, we should be chill for now. Yeah, so I feel like we are kind of reached the cap already here. Like on the palace at least. But the other dudes are... Like, this dude here can scale more. This dude can scale more. So we just want more defenders. So, and more procrates. So we should just roll for procrates here exclusively. We have like really good amount of money. So I can just roll a lot for finding it. Okay, yeah, I mean, peace to progress, sure, why not? I mean, let's see, guys. Like, we reached tier 70 already. And the fights are kind of getting definitely definitely a lot tougher. But we also did not really... So I'm slowing down the game speed to 2 times now. To see how it goes. Like, the fights are definitely a lot harder. So, people are kind of right. Like, it got like a lot harder to actually play the game, it looks like. That's interesting. That's pretty interesting, to be honest. So, the thing is, we were finding like here kind of 3 times only shit. Which makes us a lot weaker. And I think we have a strong build. So it looks like they really ramped up the difficulty by a lot. Which is good, I think. Like, in my opinion. Like, in my opinion, it's a good thing that they're ramping up the difficulty. Because our defenders are dying a lot here. Which is pretty surprising to me, honestly. Can we optimize our options? Like, we have the max FPS already. We could just say we're hiding here the damage to get even a bit more performance out. And also slow down the game speed to 1 to make a better calculation happening for the game. Okay, like, let's see if we even reach tier 100 or not. So we should definitely get rid of King of Spells then. Yeah, like you see it, like, if you slow down the game speed, then you get a better fight. Like, did you saw this, guys? Like, on 3 time attack speed, we were losing all units, basically to the King of Spells. And with 1 time attack speed, some units survived. So that's kind of like a big difference. So we kind of... Interesting. Yeah, so people are not wrong on just saying the game got harder. So then the goal has to be year 100 or what, huh? And we definitely have to add more defender units just. And we can also scale with mercenaries. So we definitely need here procreates more. And we definitely need a feast out of this. We have decent money, good money. Okay, there's a feast. The feast is making us a lot stronger. So let's see. So I stay on one attack, on one game speed. Till I feel like we're better. Like the feast is really strong. So we could also probably just play a quarry. Like, does the quarry does anything? No. Like, okay, interesting. Like, we need to get rid of King of Spells. Because he's the hardest opponent, obviously. We're nearly losing to him. Yeah, I mean... I could, and I probably should just get rid of this vault. And just get there one more beacon in. Yeah, so the thing is, like, the downside of this power builds is that you can't give them more units. Like, if you play like a unit build, you can just increase the number count, and then all the units and then you kind of have the same stats, but more units, just stronger. But with towers, you can't do this. That's why towers kind of scale like a lot worse than units in general. Because you cannot increase the amount of them on a single plot. Yeah, so only King of Spells is scary. So if you get rid of King of Spells, you should be fine. For quite a while. But King of Spells, so P is too spell. Like, he's too scary at this point. Okay, so let's see, guys. So... King of Greed is a pretty close fight. Let's be honest. We need more overinvests onto our front line. King of Nature is actually a pretty good fight. We can beat him quite easily. Okay. Okay, next boss fight. So, no, it's only... Is this a boss fight? No, it's only a Chaos level fight. And King of Stones is also a decent fight. Well, it's pretty hard in general. So, I mean, I guess you can just play also with... Like, I'm not sure how this works. With the queries. Yeah, like, pretty hard. Not gonna lie. So... I think like, Blood is pretty hard too. We want King of Nothing ideally. This should be the easiest fight, King of Nothing. So I'm really surprised how hard the game got. Because you're also playing only on peasant difficulty. And I mean, we are still on 3 lives. But it got like usually it was way easier to play like this here. So we should just get more steel codes also in. Just to get our frontline more beefy. Yeah, like the problem is a bit that at some point your palace is just kinda maxed at the attack rate. And the game kinda can't handle more attacks in. And at this point you kind of fall off. Cause it will not attack, like it's kinda... Like, it's attacking fast, but not nearly fast enough to, like, inside kill the opponents. Like, you know. So, like, AoE builds are, like, a lot better than this. Because AoE builds can kind of one-shot a board. But let's see how high we can take it. Like, come on, like year 100 should be fine, right? I mean, we are still getting easily to like around year 100. And also kind of making a bit of a fun build, which is probably not the strongest, but also not bad. Kind of like, I guess, medium fun build. More Carnage is, I guess, also good. How many units do we have? Like 355. That's not bad. I mean, King of Nature is kind of still not a hard fight, it looks like. And I definitely want to go up like 400 units minimum. In order just to not die before 100. Okay, so King of Nothing and King of Nature are good fights. King of Greed is a bit hard, honestly. And Steel Coat's also giving us more sustain. So we're just piecing out Stone, I guess. Because he's giving us not good cards, and I mean, he was a good fight though still. Yeah, and we kind of have to play on 1 attack speed, I think, because elsewise we probably just lose a life. Okay, so, but actually, let's see. I will speed up to 2 now, because it looks like we're having really good fights now. So I want to see, like, I want to play also the run as fast as possible. But on 2 attack speed, we're losing definitely also more dude. Like, we could get libraries in, right? Like, libraries will be really good to get us more stacks of everything. So I should probably replace 1 or 2 forests with libraries to get the stacks up to a certain point, and then replace again the libraries with the forests. Like, I was honestly not expecting that it's so hard. Yeah, we want to go more. 100 is not enough. I mean, it's good that we get 100. It's like the first small goal, you know. But that's obviously not enough, ever. Yeah, I mean, the fights are pretty tough. But we still get easily 100. Even on like the latest patch here. But I can understand why people are saying I have trouble to get 70 plus. Like, I can understand it totally. Because I'm like pretty experienced, I feel like, on the game right now. I know kind of the good builds and how to build and what's strong and in which way you need to build it. So I can totally see that beginners or people who are just kind of new to the game are struggling at some point here before 100. They should take a cloning. We go against Stone again, because I think he is... Like, Stone or Progress should be both good fights. Maybe Progress should be even better fight. Yeah, I mean, let's see how... Like, honestly, it's pretty tough already. It's obviously pretty tough already. But let's see, guys. Let's see. Like, the thing is, I need the economy here. So... I feel like we are kind of committed to the stuff we have here on the board. Like, we should play also ore cards on top, right? I should add ore cards. Because they can stall. Yeah. They would be, like, good. Yeah, like, the thing is, the bunker is giving, like, no value. Because we're kind of capped anyways. The feast is definitely the one you want. Yeah, I should, like, cap... I should play this... Like, with ore cards, the build would be better. But then we have, like, no... Like, I think I should probably just not play it... I shouldn't play it so many converters. And instead, like, 2 or 3 ore cards. Because then we can just stun the opponents, and then even if our units are dead, then we are still, like, not losing a life, because then they can't attack us. So I think we should still add an ore card. I think we will need it still, if we want to go really a lot higher. Yeah. Okay, so we're still like in a good shape, it looks like. We definitely need to roll for steel codes on King of Nothing. There's a library. Do we really want the library? Or do we just menu stack? Like honestly, like probably the library is not what you really need and want. I mean, I don't know. We definitely want the beacon. Like, I feel like it's probably too late for library. So I feel like I will not do it. We have only buildings. I don't think I want to roll here. We can just beacon this up, steel code U. Like, I need like a mortgage kinda to get rid of a building to place down the ore card. But the quarry is doing nothing anyways. Yeah, so I need like to get like, I guess on the next Sage shop we just get offering mortgage and then play the ore cards in, but it's pretty late for ore cards already. So yeah, I feel like we are probably dying soon, honestly, because we have to over-invest with this here. We have to roll for the over-invest definitely. Just too important. Way too important, guys. Okay, so we have basically 2 bad degrees, which is making the run harder than it should be, in my opinion. So there's like a lot of room to improve like this build and this run. Like King of Nature is a quite easy fight still. Like one more cloning is fine. Then we can get like this beacon also up, because why not? Like I kind of want to have the plot damage on. Okay, I mean, King of Nothing, King of Nature are good fights. Defenders for quite a while. Also the converters are like having really good attack speed now, all right. I still really want like the 2 walls. I feel like the economy is important. And I don't know, like, I really don't know, like maybe I should replace 1 forest with a library. Maybe this would be like the best thing to do. Okay, I don't find a steel code, Sag. Don't want to roll away all my money. Like I think the only and best thing I could do is maybe get 1 library in, or maybe even 2. Just to get the stacks up. Because the stacks are probably doing the most at this point. But we never fight Spell here. Spell dude is really scary, I think. And I don't want to risk it for no reason. Okay. So year 200, guys. Boop boop. So who's saying getting past year 70 is hard, guys? Who said this? Who? This is probably more exciting for everyone. Okay, but first let's get year 300, guys. First let's get it. And I don't think it's like, it's easy, guys. It's easy at some point, huh? Like, I think we're even fine for blood, honestly. Like, I'm getting cocky now, because I'm a bit bored. I think we should be even fine against King of Blood. It might be a bit risky, but I don't care. I have big balls here. Yeah, okay. Easy. Orange is pretty good. Yeah, what can I say, guys? Like, I will cut after year 400 here the run. We have still 3 lives. I don't think that I will lose. I literally think I could go till eternity with this build from this point. I don't think we would fall off too much at any point. So if you are willing to commit the time into it, you can go to year 1000, 2000 with this build if you don't get soft blocked on any bugs on the endless mode game. And we will probably do this also on further runs to go even higher. But we have with this build here not the best damage output because we are kind of lacking AoE damage. So I will not do this with this build because it's kind of a bit too slow for me, and also today I'm not really in the mood to sit here 5 hours more just to grind it out. So I will just present you more crazy builds with different kings, different difficulties, and just different cool stuff. So if you want to see this, guys, that's the right channel for you. Because I have so many more other builds, honestly, which I really want to show and test and play and analyze and have fun with. Because you can make so many incredibly cool builds in this game. I love it a lot. Developer doing a great job. Even more content will come this or next month for sure. With new kings, new game modes, which is really awesome. And for me personally, I have to say endless mode is a bit too easy maybe. Maybe I also just have to play on higher difficulties. And yeah, I definitely also like to help you guys if you are struggling on getting here 70 plus. And yeah, the game performance is also really smooth here, as you see. So we're not even lagging a little bit. So easiest and most smooth endless mode run I ever played in my 9 Kings gaming history, honestly. So guys, last year is approaching, year 399. We are just throwing away the shit, having even a decent bank with 15k. And can we reach year 400, guys? I have no doubts. So let's just do it, guys. Easy peasy, year 400 in the bag. Take another bunker. Okay, guys, so we're ending here the run. On purpose, year 400, peasant difficulty, it took us like 2.5 hours. If you like the video, then subscribe and like there, guys. Thanks!